Hey guys, welcome back to Titanshield Gaming. Thank you for coming and checking out another map for the Map Showcase series. In this episode, we're going to be looking at this absolutely beautiful, large map with tons of cool hidden surprises. Hey guys, welcome back to a new showcase map, Thieves Island. I want to thank you for coming back to Titanshield Gaming and enjoying these videos because all these maps out there made by the authors, they are players. They are people who enjoy playing the game just like you and I, and they want to put their passion and their expertise into making a map. And a few of them out there have really beautiful maps that need to be shown. They need to be exposed for the beauties that they are, and this is definitely another episode of that. And with this map, when I was going around and exploring, this author put a lot of time, put a lot of thought into making this map not only finished, but putting all those beautiful finishing touches into a map that really makes it the difference between something that you might just look at and something that you will fall in love with when you play it. So as you can see, there's a ton of things added to this. All these rocks right here on the side and in front of me are all individually placed. You get this beautiful Diplo sitting up on top of a rock overlooking a waterfall on a floating island. It is really nice. It is something that I really appreciate when the author puts that time. They put that effort into making little rock bridges here. You got a beautiful stream going through. It's just a really appealing looking map. It looks finished. So I am not sure if this map is 100% finished yet. I always believe that an author will continuously add to a map as they go along with the process of polishing a map. And overall, this map is beautiful. Now, my only downside of saying on this map, well, there's two. The first one is this map is absolutely ginormous. It is a really big map. It is so big that when I'm flying up here in spectator mode, overlooking everything, now granted it's all in ultra, so that in itself is gonna lag me, but I felt like when I was flying I got stuttering and my frames dropped to about 30 on that. So that in itself describes just how much work is put into it, but it also may have an issue with people who do not have computers that are almost up to par with it. Now, they can always turn the graphics down, but then you lose all of this absolutely beautiful work that the author's done to it. But, you know what? People are going to play the way they want to play it, and I understand that. So we're going to move on over here. We're going to get a little closer look into these biomes and these interesting new beach areas that I've seen. They have plenty of dinos. You can see T-Rex, Trikes, Argents, so you have all the interesting important dinos that people look for, and that is always a good thing. I've even seen a Quetzal flying through the air, and you got this cool little mini cave here that shows a little crystal, so it could be a place for you to hang out with your friends or hide your stuff. But granted, remember guys, caves have added damage, so make sure you put those turrets in the front. So you get little areas like this which have beautiful structures added, and then you get these floating islands, and these floating islands are very interesting to have on maps because they put in a whole new dynamic. They put in a resource area to go. They put in areas where devs can build bases or community hubs, coliseums, all that kind of places where people go and they can interact with each other. Maybe a training post up here. So this map could be very appealing for not only PvPers, it could be very appealing for PvEers as well as our peers, because look, like, who would want to have a base here? This is beautiful. It is a really good looking map. I have always been dumbfounded at the fact that there's a lot of authors out there that have put more thought and time into a lot of these maps than some of the official maps that are out there in Arc. Now, I'm not saying that the developers are not caring about maps. They are. They obviously do, because the center was added. They've done Scorched Earth, which is by far a very beautiful map. They've gotten all the mistakes that they found in, you know, the island and stuff like that, and they kind of finessed it out for that expansion, and it looks really good. Now, granted, the only problem that I had with Scorched Earth was that everything was pretty much the same color, and it got a little tedious and boring after about a month of playing. Now, I would love to go back and revisit Scorched Earth. It's a really good map. It's fun. It's just all that blandness kind of makes me not want to play it after a while. And I don't know if you've experienced that or if anyone else has, but that's what I got from it. So it's kind of like every few months you go and you revisit it. But the island, the center, it's just there's so many different biomes. There's so much different color. You know, then you want to go in there and actually play it, and you can play it for months. So this right here was pretty damn cool. I did not expect there to be a massive cave, and especially a cave that had multiple levels of it and had crystals and just had this ambience that makes you want to really explore this. Like, this was something that I would go in there and I would physically explore just to see what's in there. And a lot of the caves that we see on the island, they're just kind of there. You know, they're very simple. They don't have beautiful archways like this. They don't have interesting lighting as well as crystals. So I think that Wildcard could definitely take some pointers from a lot of these user-created maps. These user-created maps are very beautiful. And now we are going to get to this. Now, this tells me that the author isn't exactly 100% done on this, because this is just a colored model. He's just skinned some of the cannons. I believe when this is done, it is going to be a cool little feature to have on the map. I would like to see a few more of these scattered throughout, because Thieves Island should have a lot of pirate related stuff, and that would be really fun for me. I would think that would appeal not only for PvPers, it would also appeal for RPers as well as PvEers. So that is cool. I love that feature. Now, looking up on top of this, I didn't really think there would be anything up here, but there is. And that's what really made me happy, because not only do you have a massive map, now you have these huge rock structures with even more map in it. So this right here, this is what I would want to build in, because people don't really go up there. They wouldn't really check it. So you'd have free reign up here. You'd have your massive base. You'd have resources in the water. You'd have everything. It would be a really cool place to have a staging point for like any kind of like flying stuff. You just come out here and fly out to your enemies, kill them, bring all their loot back to your base, and relax and just have good fun. So this area is beautiful. It looks realistic. Like, it's a model with stuff on it. It's not actual land, so that impressed me a lot. I'd be interested in seeing if certain admins on servers would allow these areas to be player building areas, because I know a lot of places and a lot of floating islands on a lot of maps are restricted. So if you are an admin out there and you restrict a beautiful area like this from preventing anyone from building there because it may not be easy to get to, I would highly recommend you do something and be a little more interactive with the community of your server, and put like a coliseum or a trade market somewhere where your people, your users can come on there and just interact with each other and not have to worry about getting killed. Now, this little structure right here and the statue is really cool. This would be something maybe I would, as an admin, would be sitting in with my little base and relaxing there and spawning in and doing all that fun stuff. So this is a really fun map. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got a little more ahead, but this map is big. It's really big, so I kept on exploring, and there are some areas on this map that I did not find, which kind of confused me a little bit, because I did see dragons on here. Now, I know a lot of people don't like their dragons, and I don't know if an admin could take them out or maybe make them untamable. That would probably be an easier choice, but they do have them. So I wanted to let you guys know that. I'm going to explore. I did not find the dragon cave where there would be eggs, so that is kind of a downer. I should have explored a little more over here, because I did see them in this area, but I did not see any kind of cave or place for them to be. And look at this beautiful fella. Look at him. Well, yeah, you better run, little guy. Okay. Now this little guy, he's going to try to get away. But that big dragon ain't gonna have any of that. So you're gonna chase him down. He's gonna bite him. He's gonna bite him again, and the little guy got wrecked. So, oh man, he's straight into the wrong area. Anyways, back on to this. This area is interesting. I've never actually seen areas that are just so included, open, and cave-like. It's really weird. I think that'd be a fun place to see if you would get increased damage because of the structure, or if it would just be a nice little area to set up something. But overall, it is a fun little area to be. Maybe explore a little bit. It does have a lot of resources in here, including pearls in the water, so that's always a plus. So going into it a little more, people, I have to say this is an interesting map. There is a crap ton of resources, which in my opinion is a good and a bad thing. I don't necessarily like a lot of resources because that means like in PvP that your enemy can have a huge base, you can have a huge base, and then you kind of just stand there and look at each other and be like, well, we can't raid you because we do not want to spend 8 hours doing it. So that is a bad thing for PvPers, but it's a great thing for PvEers and our peers because you can make whatever you want and you can have plenty of resources to do it, and you can build in these absolutely gorgeous areas with these waterfalls. I think the author did a fantastic job. I think you guys, if you want to check it out, go on there, check it out. I would recommend any admins out there that may not have a super populated server, try something different. There are a lot of people out there that are interested in these maps, and there's a lot of people out there that want to play these different maps. So that in itself could be a really fun experience. It could also be a really educational experience. So if you're a PvP admin, why don't you switch it over, try some PvE. There is a big community out there, people, that does a lot of role playing, and it's always overlooked by too many people in my opinion. And I have done role playing before. I am not a big role player, but I am always keen to PvP role play. It is always fun. It is different. It is fun. It is difficult. I can tell you that right now. There are some people who take their RPing way too serious in my opinion, but you know what? That's their thing. That's what they come on here to play, and I respect that. So hopefully you guys will take a look around. You'll experience all the cool little areas that I've experienced and all the beautiful scenes I've seen here. And there are a few things I did overlook, and there's a few things I excluded from this video because it just didn't meet the cutting floor, I guess. I don't know. It didn't pan out the way I would have liked it to. So all the videos I do, guys, they are edited. There are areas, there are things that I do not include in them, and it usually is because it goes against the progression of the map or the storyline. So hopefully you guys will understand that, and you'll come on here yourself and explore and figure out all these cool things yourself, because these authors put a lot of time, they put a lot of dedication into these things, and to have their stuff shown on videos such as my channel, me having the pleasure of being able to do that, and them hopefully getting a little more exposure for their content is really cool. Particularly, as you remember, guys, I did the volcano map. I thought that was absolutely beautiful, and it is by far one of my most favorite maps of this game, and I honestly think that map should be included officially into Ark. And I really hope that the Ark devs or Wildcard Studios do stumble across a video of it or my video and actually look into it, because it is a fantastic job. It's a beautiful map, and there are some authors out there that truly have the artistic skill and the know-how how to make maps, and if they want to buy maps from people who create them, I would highly recommend you take a look at a couple of these maps in this showcase. So we've come full circle and we're back here. So this is a nice place to end the video, and I want to thank you guys very much for coming back and appreciating these videos, because honestly these videos are always a nice break in between PvP videos, and I enjoy doing them. So if you guys liked the video, hit that like button. If you have anything to say, just drop it down below. But I want to thank you guys for coming back, and as usual, I'm going to leave you some beautiful scenes. So thank you for coming back, and I'll see you guys next time.
Come fight me, man. Come fight me. Oh shit, Cosby! They didn't weigh you down. Let me go. Come up to me. Come up to me.
Move my hand.
Go! 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 Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him! Move! Go! You fucking scrubs! The weapons in there.
Hold on, look at this. Put him off, quick. Right here. Yeah, right there. Let him go. He just logged on. Yes!